Now, another unique thing about sharing is what you pour out creates capacity for more.
You must be willing to do the things today others won't do, in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have.
Because it's those moments of feeling discouraged or feeling like you're not good enough that makes you feel like settling is your only option.
Most people don't reach their dream not because of failure. Most people don't live their dream because they give up. You see, it's not the failure that stops us, but that most stop at their first failure. Those who succeed don't stop at one failure. They don't stop at 10 failures. They don't stop at 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000. They say, this is my goal, and I will do whatever it takes to achieve it. I will learn the lessons from any failures. I will learn faster. I will work harder. I will work smarter. And I will not quit until my dream is a reality. That's the difference between success and failure. Failure is a massive part of being able to be successful. You have to get comfortable with failure. You have to actually seek failure. Failure is where all of the lessons are, When you go to the gym, you work out, you're actually seeking failure.
So if you pour out what you know, if you pour out what you feel, if you let go in a sharing way, the good things that have come your way, it's part of the skill in the marketplace of developing success, wealth, and value. And I would wish that for you. In fact, all of the things we've talked about today, I would wish for you the benefit that comes from it all. But I know that it takes the discipline first. One last phrase. Promise is on the other side of the price. For the promise, you must always pay the price. I'm sure we've all watched the television show Fame.
That's why the book of life said the road to life is straight and narrow, and few there be that find it, because few there be that are willing to do the things today others won't do, in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. What are the things that others won't do? Number one, make discipline a major force in your life. How many of you know if you'd have been more disciplined, you'd be further along to reach your goals right now? Socrates said the undisciplined life is an insane life. The road to life is straight and narrow because few there be that are willing to discipline themselves. Here's something else that most people won't do. Make it okay to fail. A lot of people, 85% of people, allow their fear of failure to outweigh their desire to succeed.
Where the teacher says, here's where you start to pay. If you want the glory of the stage, and not just the glory of the stage, but a glory of a unique family, if you want the glory and the recognition of a unique enterprise, if you want the glory of a job well done, you got to pay up front. And this is part of the pay. But once you get a taste of value, you don't mind paying the discipline. So I want to thank you today for letting me come by and have a chance to visit with you. And I wish for you all these good things that come from paying the price. The next time we get together, I'm sure we'll be able to trade some stories about the value we've gotten from sharing with each other today. Thank you for inviting me. See you next time. Develop the ability to share. Pass along to someone else. If you picked up a good idea today, pass it along. Don't let it stay. Pass it along.
Repeat after me, please. Anything that's worth doing is worth doing badly. Yeah, see, anything is worth doing right, as we have been taught, if you know how to do it. But if you don't know how to do it, it's worth doing badly until you get it right. I bet you, and I wasn't there, I bet you that when Bishop T.D. Jakes first stood up to preach, when he gave his trial sermon, he did not have the command, he did not have the mastery, he did not have the confidence, he did not have the depth, he did not have the capacity to translate and milk scripture like he did last night when he first started out. Now write this down. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great.
You want to take your muscles to the point where you get to failure because that's where the adaptation is, that's where growth is. Successful people fail a lot, they fail a whole lot more than they succeed. They extract the lessons from the failure and they use the energy and they use the wisdom to come around to the next phase of success. Gotta take a shot, you have to live at the edge of your capabilities, you gotta live where you're almost certain you're gonna fail. The reason for practice. Practice is controlled failure, you're getting to your limit, getting to your limit, getting to your limit. You can't lift that, you can't do that until you get to the point that all of a sudden your body makes the adjustment. And then you can do it. Failure actually helps you to recognize the areas where you need to evolve. So fail early, fail often, fail forward. Failure makes winners stronger, failure makes winners hungrier. But it makes most give up, it makes most feel worthless.
Talk to your grandfather. Grab an older person, just hear them talk, and the only thing that pains them is not failure, it's not disappointment, it's regret. And when I talk about never settling, I'm not talking about your food, I'm not talking about your hotel, I'm not talking about anything tangible. I'm talking about your life. I'm talking about your dreams. Don't give up, man. I want you committed to the goal, because sometimes the strategy didn't work. That doesn't mean the goal is not attainable.
Don't ever fear starting over.
You need to change your strategy, not give up on the goal. The goal is still the goal. Let's redirect, let's refocus, let's regroup, let's retool, let's try another way, but don't give up on the goal. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? I didn't wait for the world to say I was one. I told myself I was one. And once I told myself I was one, everything around me started to support what I was saying. So victory, all right? Hope. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You have to speak it when it's not serious. You have to speak it and say it's so that it can become a reality. What's it worth to you? Because if you can speak it, if you can say it, you're going to eventually get to it. Are you hearing what I'm saying? If you could speak it, if you could say it, you're going to eventually get to it. All right, listen to me very closely. My last one. You got to get this one in your spirit. You have to take residence with it. All right, you got to take residence. You can't be playing with it. You can't, 1 minute you're doing it, the next minute you're not. 1 month you're doing it, the next minute you're not. We're not talking about consistency right now. We talked about consistency before. We're not talking about consistency right now. I'm talking about residence. You got to surrender to that thing.
Winners don't enjoy failure, but they would never let failure stop them. Next time you encounter failure, you've got to remember every great thing on this planet is here, because the Creator learned what did work, but learned more from what did not work. When we are kids, we don't stop at failure. When we first learn to ride a bike, it's failure after failure. We get knocked down time after time, but we get up and push forward. And so we'll achieve our goal of riding the bike. But then we get old and most of us get weak. We are too soft to get back on the bike. We come up with excuses. It must not be for me. No, you just soft, no, you just lazy. Tell yourself the truth, get back on the bike, learn why you failed. And make sure you don't fall again, make sure you are stronger for having the lesson. It's always a little bit frustrating to me when people have a negative relationship with failure. Fail early, fail often, fail forward.
Don't ever commit to the strategy more than the result. When you settle, you ruin the movie. Yeah, you heard me. Your life is a movie and you are the author. Your life is a movie and you are the director. Life is a movie and you need to edit some scenes out. The pen is in your hand, my friend, and you're writing your very own personal movie. And I believe the good guy wins in the end. I believe the good woman wins in the end. I believe that you will win in the end as long as you don't settle. When you settle, you ruin the finale. When you settle, you ruin the final scene. We are all tuned into your movie.
So I'm going to give you an example, right? I'm in stats class, and I'm trying to become a statistician. I'm trying to take my game to a whole other level, right? So I'm in stats class the other day. This is my final class, and my man is talking. I'm trying to work the problem out, right? And we talking about the mean, right? The standard deviation, right? He's giving us the formula. You add this to this, once you add this to this, you divide this by 2. He's breaking the whole thing down, and then he does it in the adverse, and I'm lost. Right? But then he finally breaks it down so I can understand. And I go after class saying, look, you gotta start all over again. You gotta hear what I'm saying. I want to be possessed by it. I wanted to take residence. I gotta surrender to it. I gotta put my whole stuff in. I don't just want the answers. Because if I just get the answers, I gotta keep coming to you to get the answers. I want to see the big picture. I want to understand it. I want stats to come out of my mouth. I want to possess it. I want stats to be who I am. I want to be in the next 2 or 3 years a statistician.
You're here right now at this moment because tomorrow you want to be somebody greater than the person you are today. You see yourself succeeding, you have a vision, you have a dream, congratulations, you're already 10 steps ahead of 95% of the world. Imagine if Michael Jordan was scared of missing, he would have never taken a shot. Imagine if Steve Jobs was afraid of people not liking his product, there would be no iPhone. So ask yourself this, do you want to be a person who fears failure, or do you want to be a person who loves success? Which one? You have to pick today, and I'll tell you one thing. One is a failure and one is a success, and if you love success, there is nothing that can stop you. All those negative things people say will mean nothing. They're going to talk about how only 1% make it to the top. Big deal. Want to know something else? Only 1% stick with that fitness program long enough to see results.
now what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind. Fly.